Hey Warrior Moms, Michelle here, and we're back with a question from a new member, and she is saying that she has a 3-year-old son named Giovanni. Hello, Bella and Giovanni. And he was diagnosed about a year ago. He's a sensory seeker, and she's trying different diets to kind of keep things fresh for him. And over the last couple of days, he started to chew on rocks, and he doesn't seem to want to chew on anything else now that he's found these crunchy rocks. And she wanted to know if there were any foods that we could get him hooked on that would be helpful to get that sensory input. First I want to kind of dive in here a little bit with this. This behavior is known as Pica, and that's spelled P-I-C-A. And the behavior means that the children will enjoy mouthing, chewing, or ingesting things that are inedible. And it's actually quite common with children on the spectrum. But it's not something we can necessarily be super light about and dabble in, because there's a serious danger, of course, for any child to eat an inedible. It could be poisonous. If these rocks are huge and he can't pass them, he's going to have surgery. He could choke, God forbid. It could be like glass or something, and it could be super sharp. So whenever we see this type of behavior in our children, we want to kind of jump on it as soon as possible so that it doesn't become a huge problem. So definitely not something we need to dabble in. We need to just really kind of jump on the horse and get this taken care of as quickly as possible. And just like any advice I give in here, or the advice other moms give in here, we want to run all of these suggestions by our medical team and our behavioral team for our child. They'll know what's best, and they'll help to reinforce what we're saying, or maybe even provide better solutions for you. So first and foremost, check with your doctor, check with your BCBA, see what is the best way to handle this behavior before doing anything else. Okay, so the first thing I would do if this was my child and we were presented with this new behavior of my child eating rocks, is I would want to rule out any medical issues. So just like I said, to go back to the doctor, you'd actually go to the doctor first, is my first piece of advice here. And we want to make sure that there are no nutritional deficiencies. It's actually quite common for children on the spectrum to have vitamin deficiencies, mineral deficiencies, and there is a correlation between a zinc deficiency and children displaying pica behavior. So we would just ask our doctor, hey, listen, we're seeing this behavior, and hopefully they're just going to suggest it. But if they don't, you're going to say it, because you're a solutions-driven mama, and you're going to say, listen, I've been reading on this, or I've been hearing that maybe this could be a mineral deficiency. Can we do a blood test to check my child's mineral levels? So first, that's my first course of action. Once that's been cleared and we figure out yay or nay if there has been a mineral deficiency, there's plenty of over-the-counter organic supplements that you can provide your child, zinc drops or vitamins that could help balance this out, and it could be an easy fix for this. So that would be my first scenario. Once we've cleared that hurdle and we say, okay, there isn't a nutritional or mineral deficiency here, then I want to look at this more from a behavioral standpoint. And most of the time, if it isn't a medical issue, the most common reason a child does this is for sensory feedback. So like, let's say the child enjoys eating certain non-food items because it's similar to like my daughter, who used to like to spin toys in her hands, or children that maybe like to look at lights. So there's just some type of sensory reward that they receive by doing it. So when that's the case, then we definitely want to engage a behaviorist. So if you don't already have a BCBA on your team, I highly recommend having one, not just for this, but just for general goals that you would want to work towards for a child on the spectrum. But if you don't have one, what I would do is seek out a behavior specific with results, good results in helping children with pica. They can come in and collect data to create a behavioral plan to get your child not doing this behavior anymore. And if you want to get a jump start on this, like let's say you're still looking for somebody, or it's going to take a little bit for them to come in, you can start to learn how to do this yourself, mama. And the first thing they're going to do is they're going to collect data. So you can become the mommy detective, and you can kind of take out a notebook and start to look at some of the behaviors around the actual, like what's going on exactly around when the child is eating the Inedibles. So for example, does it happen in specific places? Does it only happen in the backyard or the playground? What time of day does it happen? We want to collect as much data around it so we can see if there's a way we can avoid it. So, and then we can put a behavioral plan in place to just kind of get rid of this behavior altogether. So for example, if your child likes to eat rocks at the playground, let's just avoid the playground for now. If it's like, okay, she'll eat rocks anywhere, then you say, okay, well, then let's think about this. What time is it? Could it be like at 3 o'clock? Okay, there's lunches around 12, 6 is dinner. Maybe the child is kind of hungry. Maybe we can kind of present that child a snack, even if they don't request it or don't prompt for it, and see if that alleviates the behavior. And then finally, if we think it's the actual crunching of this like hard inedible, maybe we can present other hard food like apples, hard granola, carrot sticks, anything that gives their mouth like that hearty crunch, if you feel that that's what is behind the desire to want to snack on these rocks. So these are the things I would do. I hope this was helpful. If anyone has any questions, comment below, and I will create a video response just for you. Have a great rest of your day, clowns.